Welcome to Slap Grapple. Well, hello, moo to you two, and welcome to Slap Grapple Pop. It's your girl, Crestastarr. This is going to be a meaty episode, so let's get motivated and try not to do too many cow puns. Let's get right into it. Really quickly, before we get into the news, just want to give you a quick little update from your girl, Cresta. Want to apologize firstly for not uploading last week. Your girl was not feeling well. It was a lot of work on me, but we will be covering Elimination Chamber. And also, I'm going to try to upload things on, Slap Grapple Pop things on Sunday or Monday, because it's a lot on me to try to turn it around in a day. Also, your girl got invited to Monday Night Raw at Madison Square Garden. Super excited. So next week's episode is going to be more of like a vlog, and it's going to be a little bit delayed. That's probably going to come out Monday or Tuesday of next week. So with that being said, let's actually talk about wrestling now. Starting off the news, wrestler Ryan Nemeth, who is Nick Nemeth's brother, also formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, on February 14th, filed a lawsuit against Tony Khan in All Elite Wrestling. He cites blackballing, allegedly. He also cites that Tony Khan allowed a culture of bullying from CM Punk, also allegedly, and then also cited that because of this, he was unable to work in other parts of the industry. The lawsuit also alleges that Tony Khan did nothing to protect Ryan Nemeth from CM Punk being a bully pretty much backstage, allegedly. I personally don't have any personal feelings on this. If any of this is true, that is quite awful. This is something that we'll follow here over on Slap Grapple Pop. Come on, journalists. But you can find this online as well. Go ahead and look up the Ryan Nemeth versus AEW and Tony Khan lawsuit if you want to find out more information. Elimination Chamber was March 1st, 2025, and we've got a lot of highlights. One of which being Jade Cargill makes her triumphant return to the Elimination Chamber after months out of being injured over a whodunit. She enters the Elimination Chamber. Liv Morgan's like, please don't harm me. And Jade attacks Naomi. The goop, the gaggery. Another giant talking point right out of that was also John Cena turning heel. The fans have been clamoring for it. Things have been pitched to John Cena, or John Cena has been pitched allegedly through the years. I don't know, I wasn't watching wrestling then. And for him to turn heel, the face on this man, The Rock, him selling his soul to The Rock, honestly, 10 out of 10. We also had Sami Zayn losing to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was about to, quote unquote, finish him off. And Randy Orton made his return also after being out for months. Those were the highlights. I'm just double checking. Yes, God. Those were the highlights from Elimination Chamber. Now let's go over wrestling from March 2nd through March 8th. To quote my good friend Akinola, welcome to TLDW. Too long, didn't watch Monday Night Raw. I'm going to be speed running this, so let's buckle up. It opens up with CM Punk running down everyone from The Rock, calling his Goosebumps thing stupid, to Seth Rollins. He makes fun of Seth Rollins' stupid outfit, and then he says, Becky, come get your mans. Seth Rollins, king of having that shit on, runs out to come and retrieve this man, and him and CM Punk brawl, and this is a through line through the entire night. Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria defended against Ivy Nile in a brutal match, in my humble opinion, and Ivy Nile was giving it to her all match, but Lyra Valkyria does retain here. I don't know what American Made is going to do for when Chad Gable gets back, but it's not looking good because he told them all to get gold, and this many of them have gold. That was nothing, zero, goose egg. I think it's also important to note too that the aforementioned John Cena turning heel on Cody Rhodes, which wasn't mentioned, to appease The Rock and sell his soul, was played no less than 3,486 times during this episode of Raw. But the real goopery of Monday night was the main event. You had Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley with Bianca Belair at ringside. This match, I thought going into it, Rhea Ripley was going to win. We're going to move on. Sky got her run back. We're going to see Bianca versus Rhea at Mania. Bianca, or Rhea rather, gets distracted by Bianca and Io wins clean. Wins clean. And that is crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And to be fair, Rhea Ripley has no one to blame but herself. Bianca was just cheering Io on, and that sent Rhea into a spiral. So I don't know where we go from here. So it looks like it'll be Bianca versus Sky at WrestleMania. Insane. Congratulations, Sky, but absolutely insane. And that's Monday Night Raw for you. Speed run that. We still TLDW in it, but now we're on Wednesday night. Dynamite. The show opened up with Swerve with Prince Nana and the contract signing with Ricochet. And I've been saying this on live if you follow me, shameless self-promotion, over on twitch.tv/crestastarr. And what do I sing when I see Ricochet? Light skin feelings, he's got no rhythm. This is fantastic. Highlights of this segment included such as, sign the contract, Ricochet. You will only be remembered for your hot wife, Ricochet. Telling Swerve that you've already lost it all, and I'm right here, so you don't have to worry about your house being burnt down. Telling that to Swerve. This was fantastic. I love this segment. I love this feud for many reasons. It's the most interesting Ricochet, in my opinion, has been in a very long time. And yes, the young man can wrestle. Absolutely. Never gonna question his ability. I think making his story interesting, this is absolutely it. And him stabbing people, gross. Speaking of stabbing people, the end of this segment ended with the both of these guys with scissors trying to scissor me timber each other in the forehead. This was a good opening segment. The next thing you should go out of your way to watch on this show is the sit down between Toni Storm, Mariah May, moderated by Renee Paquette. Before Renee could even say the rest of her sentence about how these two ladies feel about wrestling each other in Hollywood, Mariah May spits in Toni Storm's face, to which Toni Storm replied, I'm glad to see that you still care. This was phenomenal. The acting, baby, this is cinema. This is wrestling. This is what I want to see. This match in Hollywood is going to be fantastic. The gist of the promo is Mariah's like, I made you. Without you, there's no me, so you can't get away from me and give me back my title. And Toni Storm is like, pack it up, sis. Do better. I cannot wait. This match is going to be fantastic. I cannot wait for Revolution on Sunday. Also on this fine wrestling program, we had Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford versus Kris Statlander and Thunder Rosa. Now, Megan Bayne is 9 feet tall, and you can't teach that, and that's a whole lot of woman. So is Kris Statlander. Penelope Ford ain't no slouch, and Thunder Rosa hits harder than a truck. That being said, I fully expected Thunder Rosa and Kris Statlander to get the win. However, color me surprised and pleasantly surprised when Megan Bayne pins Thunder Rosa. Girl, Megan Bayne, because Thunder Rosa's high up on the card. If you don't know, now you know. So to me, if you're pinning as Megan Bayne, someone who just got in AEW, if you're pinning Thunder Rosa, I hope they do something with this momentum and push her, because Megan Bayne is a big, meaty woman. And what do I like? Big, meaty women slapping meat. We are equal opportunist meatists over here. Rounding out AEW Dynamite, to me, is the Rated R superstar Cope, formerly known as Edge, versus Wheeler Yuta. Cope wins. I did that face because I'm like, come on, Cope wins. Cope wins, but after the match, he shakes Yuta's hand and says, this is respect. And then Yuta is looking all confused, and Moxley, he appears. Talk about, what do you mean that's respect? Slaps Yuta up a couple of times in the ring, and Yuta's like, you know what? Actually, I don't need this, which I kind of live for. Jon Moxley tells him to keep running, and menacingly in the camera, he looks and says, you got it, Cope. You got me all alone. You broke up the Death Riders. Now I'm in my head. And what happens when a man is in his head? He's in a cage all by himself. He's going to cash out on the first person that he gets to, which is going to be you, Cope. There was the main event with Jericho, but And that's my review for AEW Dynamite. Bam, speedrun that. Boop, moop, moop. Okay, I'm done. Move on over, because now we're in the Impact Zone. I don't care. Let me be corny. Speaking of letting me be corny or letting someone be corny, that's how Steve Maclin feels about AJ Francis. AJ Francis and Casey Navarro open up TNA with the First Class Penthouse, and they start talking about all the things that they've done and how they're going to get a new guest, and their guest on tonight's show was going to be Kay. He's a prize fighter. He does all these things, pretty much describing Kevin Owens. But no, he spurs us with Casey Navarro. So Casey Navarro tells him that he's the greatest. However, he's just hurt. He's hurt because of Steve Maclin, and Steve Maclin was too rough to him. AJ Francis then begins to run down Steve Maclin, and Steve Maclin cuts that short and says, listen, pal, first of all, you look like a Temu Suge Knight and Scrappy Doo over here. And I'm like, Steve Maclin, you ate that. You did your big one. AJ Francis says, I don't think this is going to go down like that. I'll see you in 30 minutes. And did. Later on that night, they do have a match. However, Northern Armory and Eric Young come out to menace, to help. I don't know what they were doing, but Steve Maclin gets distracted, and AJ Francis does pick up the win here. This is followed by a segment where Maclin is like, yo, leave me alone, Eric Young and Northern Armory. And Eric Young is like, this is above you. I'm trying to help you. This is above you. I'm like, Eric Young, of course this is above him. Of course it's above you, because you're a ghost. You're a specter. Diener took you out. He eliminated you, pal. He took you out a couple of moons ago. So that was the whole Steve Maclin saga for the night. Another through-line segment of sorts happened during the second half of this fine establishment TNA program. Mike Santana took on John Skyler, who was accompanied to the ring by Jason Hodge. Mike Santana gets the win on John Skyler, and then Ali shows up on a big Tron in the back saying that how Mike Santana is unsafe and he's dangerous, showing all this brutality and violence. So he went to Anthem, higher up parent company of TNA, and demanded that Mike Santana take a piss test. Ridiculous, right? Because TNA has been showing Mike Santana's recovery journey and his life through sobriety in such a positive light. For Ali to stoop this low, girl. It does culminate, though, with Tasha Steelz running down an intern, getting Ali's coffee. I'm such a New Yorker. Coffee. And Mike Santana sees this, takes the coffee from the intern and gives him coffee. So Santana goes to Santino, say that 5 times fast, says this is BS, and Santino says, I know, but he went above my head, take the test. Later, Tasha Steelz goes to Ali and says, listen, Santana passed that drug test. Passed the alcohol pee test. So what you trying to do? He's like, I don't know, something's not right, we gotta get him. So Ali takes a sip of his coffee, instantly realizes that you're in town, and asks Tasha Steelz to leave while he assumes to go and yak. And that was that segment. That was that promo. Pee coffee. Towards the end of the card, we do get a Masha Slamovich in-ring promo. She calls out Cora Jade from NXT, saying that whatever hardcore stuff you've done in the past, I'm about to expose you. You're not on my level of violence. Of course, Cora Jade comes out to respond and says, Masha, you know your days are numbered, and that's why you're acting like this. Unfortunately, during this promo, while it was just getting good, Tessa Blanchard comes out and ends that promo because she attacks Masha Slamovich while she's in the ring. Don't know where that was gonna go. Rounding out this episode of TNA, we do have the Hardys versus the Colognes, which unfortunately ends in a disqualification due to the system. But prior to this, the Hardys throughout the night was talking with Joe Hendry, Elijah, and Ryan Nemeth. Ryan Nemeth was saying how he was so excited to be on the team, to which Matt Hardy was like, no, I'm nipping this in the butt right now. He FaceTimes Nick Nemeth, and he's telling Nick Nemeth, hey, your brother Ryan Nemeth is saying all these things, And Nick Nemeth is like, yeah, he told me and him are going to be on the team. It's going to be fantastic. And he's been winning a lot. It's going to be really cool. Nick Nemeth clearly doesn't watch the product. Matt Hardy says, no, your brother's been losing. He's a dweeb and no one likes him. In front of Ryan Nemeth, mind you. Nick Nemeth and Matt Hardy get off of the phone. Ryan Nemeth starts crying and says, I hate you guys. And Elijah asks him, are you crying? Bullying. Harassment. It will be a 10-man tag consisting of JDC, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and the Colognes for the system side. And on the other side of that, it'll be Nick Nemeth and Joe Hendry and Elijah and the Hardys. I can't wait to see how this turns out at Sacrifice. You know, some people say you have a 50-50 chance of winning. I heard that you wanted a SmackDown review. Well, move your expectations to the ground because I didn't watch it. However, I did see that Bianca and Naomi clip. Okay, so let's get into it. Bianca confronts Naomi and wants to know what's going on and why Jade attacked her. Naomi says, listen, I did it for The Rock, baby, and you The Rock. I'm not mad at that. Bianca is gooped, gagged. She cannot believe her friend Naomi pretty much said, I attacked Jade. No, not pretty much said I attacked Jade. In fact, Naomi said, the only thing I wish is I would have pushed her harder. So now Bianca's conflicted, running away, going up the ramp, and here comes Jade, mad as hell. Mind you, Naomi got a bedazzled neck brace on. Gives Naomi the jaded, where you hear Naomi yell out for Bianca, and this is insane. At first, I was upset, like, damn, Naomi, I want you to be doing more. And now here I am, more. I can't wait. I hope this is a WrestleMania spot between all three of us, because honestly, Black Girl Magic, and I don't care if you don't like that. I do. I am sports entertained. I'm sports invested. This is my bloodline. Here we are for 2025. And that's my review for SmackDown. Get into it. One more speed run category to go through. We are at AEW Collision. Buckle up, because this is the go home show to Revolution. So this show had a lot of talking segments on it. We had mutual combated threats from Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, mutual combated threats from Cope and Mox. However, there were matches on this card that, for the limited amount of matches that they did have, were fantastic. Starting off with Momo Watanabe versus Serena Deeb. Oh my God. Mercedes, 4 belts, Monet was on commentary. And let me tell you that this match, somewhere, Daniel Bryanson and Perry Saturn are shedding a tear, because this was Grapple Stiff City. These two women, Serena Deeb and Momo Watanabe, tried to kill each other. And I was sports entertained. I didn't even cover my eyes, not even once, and y'all know I'm a baby. This match was stiff, hold for hold. There were octopus stretches, tummy stretches, and I thoroughly encourage you to watch this match. Momo does pick up the win. Mind you, she picks up a win with the Meteora. No, not with the Meteora. Let me double check. With a sunrise suplex of sorts. She does hit a Meteora on Monet, who comes in the ring after the match. But I encourage you, AEW Collision, watch this match. If you want to see women graps, go ahead and watch this match. Another fantastic match was Hologram versus Dralistico. You want to talk about some real lucha graps? This match, I want to tell you in detail what happened, but it's impossible. Not even impossible, just impossible. You need to watch this match for yourself. Much like the previous match with Momo and Deeb, this match was real lucha graps. There were Hurricane Ranas, there were flying headbutts, there was Spanish flies to the outside. This match was phenomenal. Hologram does pick up the win over Dralistico, keeping up, I think it's like what they said, like 17-0 or 7, something really ridiculous with the 7. Go ahead and correct me in the comments. We love a little bit of engagement. His win record is something really ridiculous. And afterwards, Drew Listico, not happy with this, is dazed, confused. Black Taurus comes out, attacks Hologram, which then brings out Commander. I had to look at my notes. I'm not ashamed of it. It brings out Commander, and Commander, Black Taurus, Hologram, and Drew Listico are now brawling around the ring. Alex Abrahantes does get beat up, who came out with Commander, because that's like his guy, that's his handler, that's his hype man, to be exact. And that was that match. I encourage you to watch that. If you like real lucha, you mucha lucha, please watch this match. Before we get to the main event, I want to quickly mention the Outrunners intro when they were versing the Premier Athletes. AEW for Timeless Toni Storm, when she would do her intro, it'd be in black and white, save for sometimes red around her lips. And now with the Outrunners, what I really like about what they're doing is they're giving it this 1990s effect, like early 1990s, late 1980s effect filter. Think Blockbuster with the lines of the VHS. I really love their presentation. It just makes me incredibly sad that the Hurt Business are literally going to hurt the youngest men alive. Ridiculous, malarkey, and you'll be hearing from my attorney. No, you won't. No, you won't. I can't afford them. Rounding out this episode, the speed ran episode of Collision, we had Lee Moriarty versus Daniel Garcia for the TNT title. And these two men, again, talking about grabs. You want to do another match where people are just really over here wrestling, grappling each other? Lee Moriarty is your Ring of Honor Pure Champion, and Daniel Garcia is a former Ring of Honor Pure Champion. He's also currently now your TNT Champion. This match was fantastic. Hold for hold. At the end of it all, Daniel Garcia does get the win here with a gotch-style pile driver on Lee Moriarty. Shane Taylor Promotions and the Infantry come out to attack Daniel Garcia. Then that's followed up by the Undisputed Kingdom coming out to protect Daniel Garcia, which is odd because earlier in the evening, Adam Cole did say that he wanted a shot at Daniel Garcia's TNT title. So that was Collision, the speed ran version of it. Get into it. Did you guys like it? Did you like the faster version? To quote my friend at everything else doesn't matter. I'm kidding. Watch the shows for yourself. As always, you know it wouldn't be an episode of Slap Grapple Pop without the fashion girly of the week. And this week it goes to the beautiful, the illustrious Renee Paquette in this outfit. This cream on this white is gorgeous. It's beautiful. The neck lapel applique, I don't know what that is. It's gorgeous. Renee, you did that. You ate that. I'm gonna have to start handing out stuff, but yes, Renee, period. Well, that's gonna do it for me this week. Thank you guys so much for watching Slap Grapple Pop. Did you like this new, faster format? Maybe it wasn't as meaty as I thought. Maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't edited this yet, so I don't know if this is over 20 minutes. If you guys had a good time, definitely let me know in the comments, and I'll try to incorporate a speedier, or maybe we'll just do something a little slower. I don't know. Please consider following me on all forms of social media. I've got it down here, over here. TikTok, Instagram, BlueSky, YouTube, and Twitch are all going to be Crestastarr, CRESTASTARR. And except for Twitter, where it's Cresta the Star, like Megan the Stallion, there you can find me at that. There's link trees in my bio for every one of them, so you can follow me everywhere. Also consider following me and watching me over on Fightful. Every Thursday, myself and Joe Pearl go over everything TNA in detail, not like this speed run. And same thing for Saturdays, myself, Iridian, and Rick go over all things AEW Collision. So definitely check me out on those social media channels as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. You could have been anywhere on the internet, even the hub, unless you're in Florida or Louisiana, apparently. But you were here with me, and that does mean a lot. So heart, stars, and horseshoes, and may all your hits be crits, and hopefully I see you next time. Bye-bye now.